And the Bills will take over the football with a 1st and 10. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. And still a lot of football to be played in this season. We're only in November. A lot can happen between now and January. But if it ended today, they would just be on the outside of the playoff picture looking in. So a lot to fight for.
Yeah, and wasn't it interesting in our meeting with the coaching staff that they all made sure to let us know, we know where we are right now, but the playoffs don't start tomorrow. We still got some time, and they plan on putting it together, formulating a streak, get the whole month of December still left to play. They think they can get in.
And they made it very obvious to us that there's no playoff talk in the locker room right now. It's win this game and look to next week.
Excellent focus.
Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 35. Gonna give this time to the tailback. After getting stuffed on 1st down, not much better there. 2-yard gain.
Well, that's a good start to this drive on the defensive side of the ball.
Forcing completion on 1st down. Then you're able to shut down the running play on 2nd.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised now. A little bit of pressure going at the quarterback in the expected passing situation.
Throwing is Allen on 3rd. He gets it to Brown. Complete. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. A 3rd down gain of 19.
Break 19. Right there, 54 miles. Push him back. Push him back.
1st down, and they're going to throw with Allen. And he's going to be sacked. They sack him back right at the midfield stripe. DeMarcus Lawrence racking up sack number 12 for him on the year. Protection certainly going to need to be a bit better here on 2nd and 16. Now a give right side. Simpson. And they won't fare much better here as he maybe gets back to the line. No gain on the play this time, and it'll be a 3rd and long situation coming up. We're scoreless after 1. The Bills with the football as we start quarter number 2, as they've got it with a 3rd down and long coming up. And on 3rd down, the Cowboys bring in an extra defensive back. From midfield, here's Allen. And that will be incomplete. More problems here on 3rd down. They've converted only once so far in this 1st half.
And you know as well as I do in this league, if you don't win on 3rd down, it makes it hard to win a ball game because then you're relying on your defense, you're relying on your special teams. You've got to get it done with your offensive unit.
His first punt, 45 yards. This looks good as well. Well, that looked for a second like he might take it all the way, but as it stands, it's still a massive return. And the Cowboys will take over the football with a 1st and 10. The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive. They've been playing the field position game thus far. No score, 2nd quarter as they come up on 1st and 10. Elliott. And they go backwards here, losing yardage back at the 48-yard line. That's going to go as a loss of 1 on 1st down.
Shaq Lawson's one of those guys that after a while you quit just trying to define him by a position. Defensive end, outside linebacker, doesn't matter. He knows how to get upfield and spill some plays.
So disruptive. What makes him so disruptive?
I think it's strength. If you see his upper body, I mean, he's got some strength up there and some really good hands. But he's got some surprising quickness as well to get him upfield.
That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down. Looking back to Cooper's numbers from last year after that trade, he ended up playing 9 games with the Cowboys in 2018. 725 yards, 6 scores. Also had the 100-yard game in the playoffs against the Rams. And if you add up the numbers between the two teams last year, he was over 1,000 for the 3rd time in 4 NFL seasons. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. Give them 15 there, and the Cowboys have a first. Those are the kinds of plays right there that show you why he's the number 3 man in the NFL in terms of receiving yards.
Also tells you there's a full combination of what he's got going in his game. You name it, from route running to catching the football. That's why he's able to produce those types of numbers.
The first down run for Elliott will net him about 5 yards. It's second down. Tremaine Edmonds there to bring him down.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable second down. A very solid gain on that play.
Second and 5 now. Prescott got his man there complete to Gallup. And he'll be brought down inside the 20 at the 19. That one a first down pickup of 8.
Well, if you do read man coverage, Brandon, the drag route's a pretty good one to run against it because you're running away from people on it.
Prescott going to come up first and 10. And he's a perfect 5 for 5 here to begin the game. Here's Elliott. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there. Second down. You don't see that a ton, do you? With a cornerback coming over to the middle of the field to make a run tackle.
That's someone with a ton of confidence to feel like nothing is pressuring him on his side of the field. Sees that the ball's moved to the middle and just sprints over there to help out. He ends up getting the tackle. Well played.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, second and 10. From the shotgun again to Elliott. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. It's a gain of about 3, but it's going to leave him with third and still 7 yards to go.
Well, he hasn't made much of an impact in the running game thus far, and after that last run, not much is going to change in that area.
He hasn't been able to get anything going, and really the offensive line not helping him much. Here's play number 7 on the drive. This is 3rd and 7. Prescott to throw it. Looking for Cooper, and it's intercepted. Tre'Davious White with a pick. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Allen and the Bills now with a 1st and 10 at their own 13. Now a handoff here to his running back. And he'll be taken down at the 18. They give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on 2nd down.
To throw on 2nd and 6, Allen. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked up by the linebacker, Jalen Smith. And they are going to set up shop at the 32-yard line. CD, I know it's just his 2nd year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, 2nd year, as you noted, on-the-job training. So he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Partner, I remember a coaching friend of mine used to tell his running backs before games, make sure you run and jog with your offensive line in pregame. Get used to the ground shaking when those big behemoths start to create space for you up front. He did a pretty good job of just following those guys through there for a nice explosive run.
Coming up at halftime, I'll go from one personality, that's you, Charles Davis, to another one in Orlando, the coach. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL. You and Jonathan Coachman, both larger than life.
No doubt about it.
But you're stuck with me in this booth,
yes,
and he's miles away and smiling.
And happy.
And he'll take it into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. Ezekiel Elliott. His 9th touchdown of the season as his guys are first onto the scoreboard here this afternoon. Extra point by Moore, up and good. And it's now a 7-0 game. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This is taken at the 3. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line.
Let's go. Let's go.
The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. They'll be looking to match that touchdown from a moment ago. 7-0 is the score as they begin with a first down. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. Oh, he's able to outmuscle him here as he pulls it in. A good pickup there, 26 yards. The last drive he threw the pick, but he's not shy. He's going downfield again there.
And you can't be, because if you back off after throwing an interception, your whole game plan just goes right out the window, and it makes things easier for a defense. And you and I both know there's a quarterback in this league that's any good that doesn't throw an interception occasionally, and they usually bounce back in a big way.
And he will go down, a Cowboys sack. Now the Bills are going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play. The job becomes twice as difficult now. After the sack, it's 2nd and 20.
I can't believe they even let you play.
Now Allen. Flush to it. Under pressure again, and down he goes again. DeMarcus Lawrence. He's the culprit, and that is now his 13th sack of the season as his great year continues. So after the sack, Allen and the Bills with work to do on 3rd and long. Snap comes at 1, and it's Allen. And he finds Tyler Kroft. A heck of a play there on 3rd down, but amazingly, they're still short for 4th. The Cowboys going to use their second timeout now, as they'll stop it with 27 seconds remaining here in the second quarter. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. 35 yards that time on the punt. And control of the football, switching hands with very little time remaining until the half. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. We're under 20 seconds to go in the half. I'm guessing the wise play here is be safe.
That is the wise play, because if you think about trying to fool them here, here's what you're facing. You're facing a loosened up secondary, playing a lot deeper than normal. So even if you run some type of misdirection, you're only going to fool them for a second or so. And guess what? They're so deep, they're really not going to be out of position. Take the knee, get to the locker room.
So we've reached halftime with just the lone touchdown here. 7-0 is our score. As we send you on over to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Take it away, Coach. The Cowboys will get the football first here, and they have the lead as well as we are underway in quarter 3. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking to extend that lead.
And this is where I enjoy talking about one of my favorite subjects, tendency breakers, or counters as I also like to call them. You've done things in a certain way in the first half, and they've had the ability to see what you've done. They're going to make their adjustments. So guess what? You adjust yourself and try and stay ahead of the pace, because you are looking for some separation in this ball game.
The adjustment to the adjustment.
Without a doubt. Show them one thing, hit them with something else.
From the 27, Prescott. And he's got Ezekiel Elliott. Well, using Zeke Elliott in the passing game, that's something Cowboy fans are getting used to. Last year, 77 receptions. And you think back to his rookie season, he had 32 and then 26 his second year. But he's really on the uptick.
Here we go. Go right in. Focus, defense, focus. Hey, 47. 49. 46.
On 3rd and 1, here's Prescott. And that is incomplete. Trying to get their tight end involved finally. That's the first time that they've looked his way. He's kind of been a forgotten man in this offensive scheme.
Yeah, didn't look his way at all in the first half. And I'll bet you the offense coordinator made a note at the half and said, let's get him involved because he could be a big-time playmaker for us.
Call it 46 yards on the punt, just a single yard on the return as he was covered quickly. And out will come the offense as they take over. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. These guys had to punt last time. It has not been a very fruitful game offensively thus far. They haven't even made a trip to the red zone. And
I know that everyone's going crazy on that sideline because that drives you berserk to come off the field, not really move the ball well. As you said, not even get to the red zone, let alone, not even put points on the board. They've got to just take a deep breath, relax, try and figure out what is working, and call more of that.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Here's Allen. And he's going to lose yardage here. Back to his own 18. It's a loss of 2, now 3rd down.
If you're a selfish player and you're throwing the ball, you're cool with the completion. Maybe not so cool with the yardage loss, though, huh?
Yeah, you went backwards on the yardage. Hey, it kind of works like a sack for the defense there.
Yeah, it's a really big play for them, right? Able to figure it out, sniff it out, and finish it off.
Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Michael Bennett able to record his 5th sack of the season.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
And the punt over the side in the air, and the spot will be inside the 35. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. This crew had to punt last time they had the ball, but when you've got a lead like this, you content to play the field position game?
You are to an extent, especially if you like your defense, because you have the lead, you've been controlling the game. But why put them in a tougher spot? You want to get out there and get something done on offense and maybe take command of this game yourself. When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on 2nd down.
Now a man open down the middle of the field, and he'll be corralled out across midfield down to the 45. Give him 18 on that one, and it's a Dallas 1st down.
1st and 10 at the 45-yard line.
Hey, come on out here. Come get some. Come get some. Come on here. Come get some. He don't want it. Switch. Check.
They'll run on 1st down. It's Elliott, and he's able to get this one down to about the 40. 5 yards is the tally on 1st down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice, solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
Everyone, you got 4 down.
From the 40 now on 2nd down. Prescott completes it to Jason Witten. A gain there of 30 big ones.
I know we love our jobs, and pretty much any play we see, we're pretty, excited about. But big plays, let's face it, that's what we absolutely live for. How about that one?
That was great. And what our camera missed was the fist pump from the sideline after that catch. They're fired out. That's a big game. Now Elliott. And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. A nice pickup of 6 there to get him closer to the end zone, and it'll be 2nd and goal. For Zeke, what a first 3 years he's had in the NFL. Last year, his 2nd rushing title, 1,434 yards. Not as many as 1,631 that he had as a rookie, but still his yards per game average was the best in the National Football League.
What you got, Heavy? Give me some. Give me some.
They'll try again with Elliott. And they'll bring him down after just a short pickup. They get 3 yards closer, but still work to do. It's 3rd and goal.
His path became similar to almost running a stretch play, didn't it? Trying to find a crease, anywhere to put his foot in the ground and cut back. It just never materialized.
They've been denied touchdowns in the red zone twice already. Here comes 3rd and goal. They'll try to run it in with Elliott. And he will take it in for a Cowboy score. Ezekiel Elliott, his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Cowboys, they push out in front further. Marr on for the extra point. And it's good to make it 14-0. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This fielded at the 2. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
Well, you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Now Allen to throw again. They go with a screen to Gore. And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. This will be a loss of 3, and now a much tougher 3rd down looming. These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. Working out of the shotgun. Here's Allen. And this is caught. A spectacular one-handed grab there. A good pickup there of 20 yards.
You know I'm going to lean towards the defender, right? You know I'm going to do that.
I know.
That's a tough situation for him as I see it. But the truth of the matter is, that ball was not streaking towards him. Had a little arc on it. He's got to find a way to get his head around and make a play on the football.
Watch the screen. Watch the screen.
Here's Allen on 1st and 10. Got it complete to Crabtree. Give him a couple on the catch. It's 2nd and 8. 4th quarter, every drive so critical, and you figure may only get one more shot after this, so a touchdown's imperative on this drive.
It is, but you also have to think to yourself in play calling, don't hold anything back. Don't save it for the 2nd touchdown. You got the 1st one for the 2nd one to even matter.
So 2nd and 8 here after the pass play for 2 yards on first down. Now Allen again. He's got Gore. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. It's a gain of 13 and a Buffalo first down.
All right, this is the time of the game where they're down a couple of scores, and they've really got to get some yards in chunks, and they know the defense doesn't want to give those up, but they've got to find a way to take them anyway.
Now the question is, can they string a few of those together? Allen going to throw. He's got the connection to Cole Beasley. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. Give him 18 on that one as the Bills are going to have a first down. Allen now 6 for 6 since coming back out of the locker room. It's 1st and 10. Allen to throw once more. Allen hit. He lost the football. It's picked up by the Cowboys. Does the big boy have the juice? He's at the 40, 20, 10. And this is going to be brought back for a fumble return touchdown by the Cowboys. The offense, they've had some sloppy moments. Sloppy there again on that one, and it could be the backbreaker.
From a defensive perspective, if the offense is going to be sloppy, you've got to take advantage of that, and that's what they've done all game long.
Extra point by Marr, up and good. And it's now 21-0. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. And let's face it, this drive is not going to have any bearing on this game, but it's kind of important for one reason, isn't it?
It certainly is. You got to get points. And, okay, all right, I'm being facetious here. But you get points, you feel a little bit better about yourself as you move on to the next one.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete. Another incompletion. You know, it's a wonder he's still moving around back there the number of times he's been sacked.
Yeah, he's staying out there, isn't he? And you don't think about it much in a game like this, but he's showing incredible leadership. Still competing, still fighting, not taking himself out of a ball game that appears lost.
Back to the air on 2nd down. It's Allen. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on 3rd down. Well, the trials and tribulations of being a quarterback in this league, it's tough. It's got to be wearing on him out there.
Well, he has been sacked a number of times. He had an interception, so I'm going to give him a skosh of credit for hanging in there and trying to make something happen, despite the amount of pressure he's been under this entire game.
To throw, it's Allen. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked up by the linebacker, Jalen Smith. And he'll bring this one back to the 29.
Well, this defensive pressure has been constant all game long. The pass rush, the coverage, they've all been excellent, and now they'll tack on an interception here as this one continues to slip just further and further out of hand.
They go back to Elliott. He's been busy and only able to muster a couple down to about the 27.
Bottom line, they want to keep this clock rolling, so they'll take that one right there. They just want to keep falling forward, and they want to put the onus on the big fellas up front in order to bring this one home.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8.
Hey, keep it up.
A first throw for the backup, Jackson. And his first throw here is incomplete. Tremaine Edmonds, the linebacker, able to break that one up.
When you see passes knocked down by those guys I call the frustrated fullbacks, the linebackers, you know that in their zone coverage, they were able to drop, see the ball thrown, and react to it very quickly.
On 3rd down, Elliott. And an alley to run. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. 11 yards and a Cowboy first down. Well, that looked like an example of what you said back in the first half. A running back of his size can really wear down a defense. I think he's starting to do that.
I think you're exactly right. And know what else he's doing? He's inspiring the rest of his team because they see this starting to happen as well. So that means they're going to redouble their efforts to help him out. Extra blocking, getting downfield, helping him out.
And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. That throw good for 4. It's second down.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion that would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication, and as he dragged across each...
Elliott going to be hit. He coughs it up. Loose football.
Wow, that ball gets knocked free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get him home. The next guy comes through and picks him up.
And avoids the turnover. Two of their 3 red zone trips so far, they've come up empty on. They'll look to reverse that trend on 2nd and goal. Stepping up, and he will fight his way into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. Tyree Jackson with his first career NFL touchdown. And the Cowboys use the short field to their advantage as they cash in for 6. Extra point by Marr, up and good. And it is 28-0. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. They're sort of seeing themselves spiral out of control. Let's see if they can get things back on track.
And this is where the coach is walking that line of being calm and really being firm with his team. I had one tell me once, when we were having a tough patch, this too shall pass, this too shall pass. And finally we kept having a rough patch. He said, but you've got to do something to make it pass. And that's what they have to do. They've got to get some control back, get themselves reasserted, and calm things down.
See if they can get calm and reassert themselves here. Eluding the press, and he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down.
We've been around this league for a while, and many coaches never pull their starting quarterback, almost no matter the situation. In this case, though, I think he's got to make a decision. He's taking a pretty good beating out there.
Yeah, and with the deficit, maybe not wanting to risk an injury. On 3rd and long, it's Allen. And the pressure gets to him again. And we are inside of 2 minutes left in this lopsided affair. So it's Bills football here as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Now Sanders. Good blocking there. Nearly sprung him. As it is, it'll go as a 19-yard return. And the Cowboys are going to take over in great position here with a 1st and 10. A 20th carry here for Elliott. And just a short gain that time as they're able to get him down. Tremaine Edmonds, the Bills' leading tackler as a rookie last year, in on the stop there.
Brings up 2nd and 9 at the 44-yard line.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9.
Watch the slant. Safe.
They go to Elliott again. Elliott a 1st down and more. And down to the 19-yard line. A 1st down there on a pickup of 25.
He's still rumbling, isn't he? Still looking fresh in this one despite the heavy workload. But you and I both know, well-conditioned, and he did tell us that he thrives on being at his peak late in ball games.
So after a good run by Zeke, another 1st and 10. And they take a knee.
Prescott on the keeper. A loss of a yard. Brings up 2nd and 11 at the 20-yard line.
So this one will end in a victory for the Dallas Cowboys. And this was truly a total team effort, Charles, on both sides of the ball.
Well, they absolutely pitched a shutout, so it can't get much better than that, right? The defense led the way, but the offense did their part as well. They moved the ball up and down the field. So you've got to like what you saw. What do they call that? A total team effort? I think when it's time to hand out game balls, guys from both sides will end up getting one.
So for the Cowboys, the win form is number 6 on the year, and they'll get the weekend off.